met Niki when I was doing the European Formula 2 Championship. I guess must have been the 70s, early 70s, 70, 71. And he was driving with Ronnie Peterson in the March Formula 2 team, in the factory team. He'd secured a loan from the bank somehow. He came from a good family, but I don't think his parents were too keen on him racing or could understand it, a bit like my parents could never understand how you could be a professional sportsman or certainly a racing driver. And interestingly enough, in his early days, he wasn't that outstanding, he wasn't that competitive, but he certainly had a very determined attitude, and it was that single-mindedness that got him up to being a world champion, triple world champion. Well, I mean, I had a good relationship with him, as I did with Ronnie Peterson and Emerson Fittipaldi. We were three young blokes coming up through the ranks with our set on doing Formula 1. And although he wasn't successful, for some reason he was part of that sort of small clique, I guess you'd call it. He had a great sense of humour for an Austrian, amazing sense of humour for an Austrian, and just seemed to get on very well. And that lasted all the way through. Every time I saw him here at Albert Park in Adelaide, when I bumped into him at any other Grands Prix that I would attend, it was always the same. It was Niki the way I always knew him, and we just sort of clicked. But he had absolute determination to succeed, and he demonstrated that. And to come back after that horrendous fire at Nürburgring, to come back so quickly after that, demonstrated that. Then amazingly to retire, he got bored with driving around in circles, as he said, and a couple of years later to come back and win another world championship is outstanding. And I doubt you'd find another sportsman that has ever done that, gone away and come back again. Be very few of them. So after Bernie left the sport, Niki was the most recognisable person in the Formula 1 paddock. Who'll replace him? I doubt anyone will replace him, to be honest.